Welcome everyone to the 1998 Fedex CART Championship powered by X, and we're here in Fontana for the season opener at the Auto Club Speedway for the Marlboro Grand Prix of Fontana. New cars, new liveries and new drivers. It is shaping up to be an unforgettable journey. But first, let's take a quick look at the track map. We will start the season at the Super Speedway, which was the scene for the 1997 season finale, where the Brit Mark Blundell, driving for the Pac West team, won the event. This oval has a length of 3.265 kilometers, and the drivers have to tackle this oval 125 times today to be crowned the first winner of the 1998 season. The key for success today will be timing. As a tradition of superspeedway racing, having slipstream will be important, so the drivers have to stay in the leading pack and time their overtakes perfectly. If they do that, there's every chance that we might have a surprise winner. You should also avoid the outside line if you are struggling with the tires, as the Davis Racing driver Johannes Melis found out during testing, where he wrecked around 5 Lola chassis. Kart officials surely have a close eye on him. But what about the title favourites? Well, of course, you must keep an eye out for the Target Chip Ganassi team. With 2 strong drivers and a competitive package, they look like the one to beat. And what about Penske? Can they manage to fix the small issues with their new Lola Ford combination? Or will it be a tough year for the team? One thing is for certain, the captain is always hungry for success. And so is the Place Forsyth team. They were always competitive in the last seasons with Greg Moore. Now with the 2 cooperation, can they make it count? And don't count out Team Green. After Parker Johnstone's retirement, 2 hungry talents are looking strong to annoy the favourites. And Newman Haas and Team Rahal have slightly struggled a bit during testing, but don't count them out just yet. They might find a solution where they might be able to strike back. So, the engines are starting now, the excitement is building up, and now let's take a look into the starting grid of today's race. On pole we have Kasper Klein from Finland, driving for Team Green this season, and alongside him is the American driver Duncan Robinson. On row 2 we have Robinson's teammate Paulo Moyer from Spain and the Russian driver Danila Savinov, driving for Arcaro Wells Reina Toyota, will be alongside. Row 3 we have Vittorino Capatapi from Italy and Slota Kaiserlikten from Great Britain. Row 4 we have Danny Quinn in the best Swift car here in the grid, and Manuel Bappé from France will be alongside. Row 5 we have Chad Samuels from the United States and Aidan Carter from Great Britain will be alongside. Row 6 sees 2 Swift cars and 2 Brits in the form of Stephen Sim and Jamie Metcalf. Row 7 we have Carson Norway-Gaffer and John Newhouse, both from Canada, making it in the Canadian Row 7. Row 8 belongs to Milan Drees from Algeria and Robin Börler from Germany alongside him, in the best placed Lola on the grid. Row 9 belongs to Julian Schultz, Milan Drees' teammate in the All-American Racers outfit from Dan Gurney. The Spaniard will be alongside the German driver Johannes Melis, driving for Davis Racing in a Lola. Row 10 goes to Dustin Rocco and Jason Gabler, both from Germany, both with different chassis. Row 11 goes to Andy Graham and Tommy McIntyre, Graham the Brit and Tommy McIntyre the only Irish driver in a Swift chassis. Row 12 goes to Justin Peters from Germany in a Walker Racing car and Harry Williams in a Patrick Racing car. And the final row of the grid belongs to Mario Wolf from Germany, who has looked promising in the warm-up session, so keep an eye out for him as he might be the big surprise here in the race. And now, after a short break, we will go ahead with the race.
I need to try it first.
We're back for the 1998 season opener here in Fontana at the Auto Club Speedway here in the Champ Car Series. 25 drivers are ready to conquer this track 125 times and end up in the leading position. Well, we will see the start in a short moment, as indeed it happens right now, as 1998 season goes underway here at Fontana The season is underway. And it's indeed a good start for the second row there, as Polo Moya is taking the lead out of Kasper Klein. Then comes Robinson and Savinov, the top 4 in the first 2, after the first 2 corners. Here you have Savinov making a push for the lead. And there he is. He's leading lap 1 at the moment. And I think he will keep that leading lap. Yep, he does. But it doesn't bring him anything. There will be no bonus points for leading a lap. But look at that. Danny Quinn here pushing out of nowhere to take the lead. This is going to be quite exciting because oval racing here, especially super speed race, it is so exciting. There will be so much overtaking here thanks to the incredible slipstream. I mean, this will be really cool to see. And I really can't wait for the future for the next couple of races. But here in Fontana, it already looks really promising indeed. Here we see Capatapio on the inside. He's looking to take the lead. It's going to be tight there with Robinson. They're side by side. Same goes for Moya. Quinn looked for a gap there, but there was no way to go here. As Moya has retaken the lead, driving the Pack West Reynolds Mercedes, replacing Mark Blundell, who has won 1997 edition here on this track. But in 1997 it was the season finale in this series, so different circumstances right now. This race is here for the first points of the season and to make a good first impression on a potential championship hunt. We went on board here with Kasper Klein. Some good footage here from the poleman who has done a good job there in qualifying, but it is difficult to hold that position for that long during a 125 lap oval race. So he needs a good tactic to move forward. We look at his teammate though, Andy Graham, who is in P23. And he needs to work extra hard to come close to his teammate Klein. A long way to go from P23. So tough times there for him at the moment. But the race is still young. Everything can happen to him. We see a Pack West 1-2. So this team there is looking quite strong. It had several race wins in 97, thanks to Blundell and Mauricio Gugemin. So this team is looking quite strong there for this season. So maybe if the Mercedes package is good enough on all tracks, they will actually be contenders. But we'll find out in the next couple of races. As Sollington now, driver for Patrick Racing in a Reynolds Ford, is making some good progress. He's taken the lead actually from Moya. Or not. I think they are side by side there. Look at Quinn there. He's coming back to take the lead. As we're watching Capatapi, going for the inside line. Hope to make some progress there. But it doesn't happen just yet. He probably needs more slipstream there. But he now needs to watch out for Klein on the outside. But it's tough to make a pass down the outside. So it was probably a good idea to hold it back there for Kasper. You see Jason at the back of the grid in a moment in 25th. So not a good first look there for the Forsyth team. And they probably need to work extra hard to make this now two-car operation work efficiently. Also the leads, we see a good battle there between Sollington and Kavatapi, I think. And it's now already over, at least for now. But down the inside line we have Moya, he's retaken the lead again. Yep, we will hear quite a lot of lead changes here during this race, so expect some good bunch of racing today. We have some good sunny conditions here on this track. I mean, we can't race in rainy conditions because, you know, those cars are really fast. And imagine driving really fast there on a wet track. You know, we have quite a lot of rain there in Formula 1 sometimes, and you really can't see anything there on full speed. And now imagine this on oval. This would be quite impossible to see. So, yeah, we can only race on dry conditions in ovals. And it's probably for the best in terms of safety for the drivers. You see Robinson going to lap 11. Lap 12, sorry. Now being passed by Soyington on the inside. So as expected, the Reynards are working extremely well here on ovals. I'm also surprised by the good performance of the Toyota package, driven by Savinov at the moment. He's quite far up the order, so there's definitely quite a lot of progress there from the Toyota outfit. So maybe in the future, they might be able to challenge for a championship, or maybe even this year. We don't know. It's going to be a really interesting time to find out who's going to be a title favorite. There are a lot of favorites out there in the field. This is one of them, Danny Quinn in the Swift chassis for the Newman Haas team. Always a team to look out for. Especially as it had Marco Andretti driving for them in the past. Delivering their first win on the Swift chassis in '97 at Homestead. So Andretti was quite quick on with the Swift package, and looks like this trend will continue this season as well without him. Here you have Jamie Metcalf in P13, or now even P12. Yep, there he goes. He goes past Aiden Carter, and he's up to P11 in the third Swift chassis. Drum for Tasman Racing. Quite a promising package there in this field. While Savinov is now back at the lead, having passed Moya and the Swift chassis of Stephen Sim, being noticeable with the different sponsors, as Quinn has Havilah on the side and Sim has Kmart on the side. We've got a first pit stop already. This is Johannes Melis driving for Davis Racing in another Lola. This is quite early for a pit stop, so I don't think this is a strategic stop. We need to check. There's already a replay, so something must have happened. Oh, he just went into Schultz. Yeah, he just went into Julian Schultz. And I hope Julian doesn't have any damage from this. This would be quite a shame, because his pace and warm-up looked really good. So it would be a big shame for him if his car is already damaged by the Lola driver. As I said in the intro, Melis is under threat from kart officials. They're not quite convinced that Melis is experienced enough to drive these cars, on ovals at least. On road courses it's fine, but on ovals it seems like a big issue, at least for him at the moment. But maybe with some more testing out things, his form will improve. As we see Robinson now back in the lead with the Pac West outfit. Yeah, Mercedes, they've brought a brand new engine here this season, a much smaller one, which in paper sounds quite good, but it seems like on track it performs just as expected. So indeed, the guys at Mercedes might have done a good job over the winter. The same cannot be said however for Penske, who made the switch from their own chassis to Lolas. Whilst we see Julian Schultz now exiting the pits, so he had some damage, which is a big shame for him, because as I mentioned, his warm-up was quite good. But back to Penske, they've switched from their own chassis to Lola. They probably need some time to get used to them, because the chassis works quite different in comparison to their own chassis, so they probably need some time to settle, to learn how to set up the cars, to learn how to drive them. So it will be a difficult learning process for the team, and maybe near the end of the season they might be there where they've always wanted to be. I mean, the captain Roger Penske is always looking for success, looking for the championship, so I mean, it's a long season ahead, and they've got quite a lot of time to work on their issues. As we're back in the leading pack, we've got Savinov, the Russian driver, driving for Akira Wells Racing this season, an outfit we had the likes of Max Papis driving for them, with the struck Toyota outfit rather at the back of the field, it has to be said. But now it seems like they've fixed the problems, they've gained quite a lot of speed, and they are quite competitive. So this is pleasant to see. Toyota, a well-known Japanese brand, and I think it is quite good to see a Japanese outfit alongside Honda, who performs extremely well. There's the Lola from Miles at the front, but he's not leading. He is in fact a lap down, so he will be lapped quite shortly again by the field. And yeah, I think it's just there for the experience there, just to gain some more track time. He lost during testing, so this is quite a useful learning experience for him, and maybe he can take that vibe into future oval races. There we have him. Yeah, Davis Racing, a small outfit in the field. Last year fielding a car for the Brazilian Gualter Salles. Not really being the one noticeable for top results, but you know, with their budget, it isn't that hard. It isn't that surprising, it has to be said. So they're just hoping to maybe improve their fortunes this year with a driver who's done quite a lot of racing there in the past, with some WRC rallying, with some Formula racing, the International Formula 3000. So this is definitely quite different for him, and he needs to learn oval racing to be successful for the championship, because on road courses alone you don't win championships, it has to be said. As we see Quinn now at the lead with the Swift chassis. Sonnington there doing a good job as well for Patrick. And we see Harry Williams, his teammate, in P13. He was way down the order. I think he was outside the top 20, I believe. And look at that. A good progress there from Williams, and things looking good. And also, Mario Wolf up to P14. He was dead last in qualifying, and now it's up to P14. So, very good performance there by the German. Really good, it has to be said. Yeah, as mentioned, the usual things happen. We had quite a lot of lead changes, but now with the lap car, it could help the guy in front to gain some slipstream to defend, at least for a few more corners. There he is, and he has to let the other cars go there. I mean, there are no official blue flags, so he theoretically doesn't need to, but I mean, it doesn't make sense for him at all to fight. I mean, he's dead last, he doesn't need to fight. He probably could use the other cars to gain some slipstream, I guess, to at least keep up with them, to not lose too much time, but he doesn't need to fight them. It is really useful. There we have the All-American Races car from Milan Dres, driving in 5th position at the moment. Strong performance there by the team here at the moment. of course, being founded and being run by the legendary Dan Gurney. He had some F1 experience. He competed in Formula 1 with the Eagles and is now back in kart, running the Reynard Toyota package. And they've also suffered from the 1997 woes, and it seems like Toyota has improved their package for 98. And as I mentioned, it is so good to see Toyota up the front in comparison to last year. It would be nice to see a Lola chassis at the front, however, because the highest placed Lola is currently in P13 in the hands of Robin Berder. But Lola had a struggling past there, nearly going bankrupt in 97 thanks to their F1 adventure, solely being caused by MasterCard, who dropped out after one Grand Prix after they forced Lola to compete in 1997 instead of their original target of 1998. And it of course went horribly wrong, and their Champ Car chassis has suffered as well from quite a lot of issues. So it takes some time to rebuild themselves, to actually build up some funds, and to get rid of all the gremlins they had in 97. So it might be understandable that they are struggling at the moment, but we'll see. We'll see if they can improve even more during the season. As now Robinson is back in the lead. We're currently lap 33. And it really shows how quick this race is going. And this is the beauty of oval racing. It goes very quick, and you know, with 125 laps, this race is really going to be really long. And I think we nearly had our first collision there after the early gremlins of Mädels and Schulz. But this one could have been even bigger with, I think it was Robinson and Quinn. Yeah, it was Robinson and Quinn who nearly touched there before the first corner. We're now going to 3 at 4, and his, I think it's, yeah, it's Quinn who took the lead. It's once again a Swift leading, and Savinov is still fighting hard to retain there at the front, as we see Kafatapi now looking for a charge. Quite a mixed field here in terms of chassis, liveries. It is really good to see, and also to notice the competitiveness of this series. So it's looking good. Looking good in this one. I think the most interesting part will be the strategy part, because I think we could expect 2 or 3 stops for each driver normally, if things go normal. But yeah, it depends on how much they save fuel and so on. So it will really depend on how good this engine will be, or their engines are in terms of economical stuff. As we see Kapatapi now charge for the lead, and there he is, back at the lead, is Kapatapi, who's taken over from Jimmy Vasser, the 1996 champion, and he's not taken over the number 1 car of his countryman Alex Zanardi. This car has been taken over by Chad Samuels, the American, so it doesn't really fit that well that an Italian is replacing an American, and an American is being replaced by an Italian. So quite a mixed fortunes here at the moment for the team, as Samuels is only in P12. He's not far off, but he is really looking for a winning charge at the moment. It doesn't really look that good for him. Unlike his teammate, who's just lost the lead to Savinov. But now bounced back there on the outside, and he's back into the lead. And there you have trouble. Chopper out of 2 and on the back straight. That is the Lola of Johannes Melis without a rear ring. And I guess he's broken his suspension as well. He's fighting for car control there in 3, but I hope he doesn't return to the track there in these conditions. Please stay off the track. Please stay off the track there. You won't have... you can't hold that car in those conditions. And it really shows. Ooh, don't hit the wall! Oh, he nearly hit the wall there as well. So, big damage there for the Lola. As another Lola in the form of Dustin Rocco is pitting in. Going for the first official pit stop here in this race. But what happened to Melis? Go on board there with the Forsyth car. I think of Jason Gabler or John Newhouse. I think it's Newhouse. Yeah, he just hit the wall. And we have Tommy McIntyre in the last running Swift car, nearly avoiding the Lola. So, just another driving mistake there for the German. And I think Danny Quinn is in the pit lane. Yeah, Danny Quinn is in the pits. He will change his tires for the first time. Now we're getting spicy. One of the leading cars in the pits. Oh, this is going to be really spicy there. As it could indeed change the outcome of the race. So one poor pit stop could ruin the race. So let's see when the others are coming in. It's looking like a long pit stop. Probably full tank and new tires. And there we have the next bunch of cars. 2 PacWest cars. A Patrick Racing car was in. Now the real fun begins. I think Savinov was pitting in as well. And now we have a new leader in the form of Milan Andres driving for All-American Races, run by Dan Gurney. I think those guys all want to pit now. It's getting really messy. But luckily, yeah, they're all spawning into each other, so no harm done there. As now, Kavatapi's teammate, Chad Samuels, is leading. And with a Penske of Robert Berta in P2 and Aiden Carter in P3, but they of course won't stay there. They all need to pit in for fuel and for tires. Here with Robertson coming out. Where's Quinn? There he is. He's at least ahead of those cars. I think Savinov has dropped there quite a lot of time, so his pit stop really wasn't that good compared to the others. Here with Dustin Royko. He didn't really gain that much against the others. But here we have Quinn though. The others have came in. So we have Milan Andres currently as the leading car, theoretically. But now here comes Quinn. Where will he end up? It's gonna be tight, but I think it might be enough for the lead. And it is. Danny Quinn, the leader, the theoretical leader of this race. And now we see next bunch of cars coming in, including the likes of John Newhouse, Andy Graham, and those guys also pitting in. So those guys are also out of the picture, at least for a bit. Here comes Quinn. And here we have Savinov. He's really dropped quite a lot of time there. Not a good pit stop on the Akira Wells guys. And there we have the load of Melis again. So they've seemingly fixed the car, and now he's back out again. You have Dustin Royko in P23. Not last, because we got Milan Andres' teammate Julian Schultz in P24. His race being ruined by, I think it was the collision at the beginning with Melis. And Melis himself at the back. Quite a few laps down at this point. There we have another Forsyth car. I think it was Newhouse. It was Newhouse. A good pit stop, however, for Jason Gabler. He's up into P11, driving the second Forsyth car. He replaced Greg Moore, or did he? Yeah, not quite. He's theoretically driving for Patrick Carpentier in the second and new car for Forsyth. There previously only went one car in hands of Greg Moore, but fittingly, Moore has been replaced by John Nierhaus. So a Canadian replacing another Canadian. This is quite a fitting touch. As we see Dres now making some good progress. He's dropping down a bit because I think he clipped the wall there for a moment. And had a bad line there on the outside. But look at Savinov's teammate. He's making some strong passes here. He's up into P4 right now. And I just want to remind you, he was dead last on the grid. And look at Emmanuel Bappé. He's also now charging for the lead, with Klein helping him there a bit. But will it be enough? They're still side by side into 1 and 2. Exiting 2, and it's still close. I think it will be enough for Milan. Look at Wolf at the bottom. He's looking strong, but not strong enough for the lead. But he might gain third from Bappé. But look at Kawatapi down the inside. He's looking hungry for more. He has the pressure of driving for the champions team. Not for the champions car, however. It will be Chad Samuelson number 1. But the pressure is still there for him to deliver. I mean, he is an Italian driving for Ganassi. And in the past, Italian has won the championship. So, of course, the pressure is there. And he needs to deliver pretty fast. As we see Dres closing in on Wolf. And there we have Kawatapi at the bottom. Look at that speed from Kawatapi. And he's immediately shot up to the lead, I think. Yep, he did. But it's still not done yet. They're 3 wide there. I know there's a big crash. And this might be our first caution here of the day. Oh, that was a big one. And it looks like it's once again involving our crash kid, Johannes Medes there, crashing out again. And this time it will be for the last time, I think. Yep, he is retired. And that's the first caution. Yep. Oh, that looked big. Really big. So I hope both of them are okay. But at least gives the field a chance to sort itself. So we have Mario Wolf leading, Elf Klein, Kawatapi, Dres, Bappé. Those are the top 5. Not a bad stint for Klein, however. He's back up to second after dropping down the order for a while. Now that's a good replay because it's quite curious to see how it happens. Oof. Oh dear. From that perspective, it looked like a nasty shunt there. Let's go on board with Savinov, because it was Savinov, the guy who was looking so strong there. But let's slow down the picture. Look on the left hand side. That's Medes there in the Davis Racing car. He's moving up the line. He doesn't see Savinov still being there. And bang! That's race over. Yeah. Oof. To be honest, I'm kind of tempted to give Medes the fault for this. So, yeah, I mean, that was quite dumb, I think. He just moved up on the outer line and expected him to brake. So, it never was meant to work. So, both of them out, and that's a big shame because now the most promising looking driver here in the field has retired. And it's now time for a little break between this caution.
Give me a road. Give me a car. Give me an opponent. And I will race him. I will show him who has more heart in the corners, who has a heavier foot in the straights, and who has a greater thirst for champagne. The race is on.
PlayStation.
Beyond commitment, beyond skill, beyond violated pitches, beyond crushed egos and half-time keel haulings. beyond raging hordes praying for your failure. Beyond desire, beyond belief, there is France. FIFA Road to World Cup 98. The only goal is to qualify. If it's in the game, EA Sports is in the game.
To help capture the realism for Kart World Series, Archero Wells driver Max Pappas let us take his car out for a spin.
How's she feel? Feels pretty sweet. The sequential gearbox is amazing. I don't even have to get off the throttle to shift. Beautiful, you're doing great. I'm still getting a little push in turn 2.
We'll put one turn into the front wing.
Hey, I can see you guys now. Hello. This is smooth riding. I wish it had a cup holder. That would be nice.
PlayStation.
Where is the boy?
Okay, let's go. Come on.
Colin McRae, born to race. Rated E for everyone. Colin McRae Rally.
PlayStation.
We're back in Fontana after a big crash involving Johannes Miles and Danila Savinov. With the first caution of the day coming out, both drivers retiring from the race, and now Savinov's teammate Mario Wolf is leading this race as the safety car is coming in and the green flag is out and we're racing again here in Fontana. Going into lap 56 out of 125. So there's still quite a long way to go for these drivers. Immediately Kasper Klein shooting up the order to the lead, or at least he's trying. But Wolf is still hanging on. And he's looking fast. Look at that, Wolf is faster than Klein here on the straight, but not quite at the end. Klein is still up in the lead. Well, at least he tried his best. So maybe he will be dropping down, I think, because at the moment he's really falling like a stone. Look at that! Everyone just passing him here. I feel bad for him because, you know, this is... Now he has the unfortunate task of replacing Savinov there as the leading Archero Wells car. And, you know, he was quick in warm-up, but... Well, it seems like at the moment he had a very poor restart and... He needs to work on that. But look at the gap from Quinn to Novegafa. What is this? The gap is quite big there. Look at that. It's over a second there between P6 and P7. Look at that here. This is unbelievable. There's a third pack there as well. So at the beginning it was quite close there, but now it seems like we've began the trend of having multiple packs. Well, not good. But it happens. It might happen when you have a slower car in front and they just hold you up. Whereas now Bappe is leading ahead of Dres and Klein. And now Dres going the inside. He's looking for the lead and he gets it. But look at Wolf there, look at his speed. And he's coming back at Milan to take the lead. Well, let's look a bit further down the order. We see Jason Gabler in P9. Look at Moya, he's dropped down quite a bit there. He's only 11th. But where's his teammate? Where's Robinson? In 15th. So the biggest loser of the entire caution mess and respectively the pit cycle is PacWest. They were leading for 1-2 there for one point, and now they're in P10 and P15. I think probably the biggest winner in terms of strategy game was Mario Wolf. Undoubtedly, he's currently P4. Jason Gabler as well. He's coming from a long way back. He's now up to P9. P10, I mean. You know, it changes so quickly. It's tough to call it correctly. Oh, look at Sollington, he's lost out quite big as well. Only down P17. So, oh. And Steve Sim, he's only P19. Oh dear. Look at that, he's lost quite a lot of time there in the pit cycle as well. And he was also leading the race at one point. Well, I told you, the pit cycle will make the race even more interesting. And it happened. Now that some of the top guys are a bit further down the order. They're in a back of the pack there. Fight for, I think this is for at least a few points there in P7. As now we look back at the leading pack, we see Milan Drees and Mario Wolf, not quite two Germans. I mean, Mario Wolf is a German, but Milan Drees is racing on an Algerian license, so it would be only respectful to call him an Algerian driver. And I will definitely keep it that way. Here we have Danny Quinn shooting out the leading order again. He is now up to second now because Kawatapi has some immense speed here on the straights. But don't count out the Toyota powered car from Milan. He's also got quite a lot of speed there. I'm actually quite impressed here for a while. This is looking really strong. I think the only time, or the race time here, under 30 seconds went to Aiden Carter there for a moment. As we've now seen Emmanuel Bappé, Kaspar Klein with 30.6. Wow, this is good. Some good lap times here. Look at the gap from P6 to P7. My god, it's really increasing lap by lap by lap. I mean, the leading pack is really doing it quite well. I mean, it reminds a bit of the slower motorbike classes. They are all using slipstream here and there to get away from the guys behind or catching up to the guys ahead. Look at that. They're working really well together. They're really pulling away from P7. As we see a major scrap at the back as well. They went 3 wide there with Williams, Gabler and Samuels. There's so many battles out there. It's tough to look at all of them at the same time. So we'll definitely be missing out on some good stuff there. I think so, at least. And look at that. Here comes Quinn again. Making a 3 wide there into 2. And he has done it, I think? Yeah, not quite. But look at the speed on the straight there by these two guys on the outside and inside. They were just squeezing Quinn in. But it doesn't work out for Milan. And he's down to 3rd. Yeah, Milan, he had an interesting career. Driving for various Open Wheeler series, including Formula 1. He has struggled in the past couple of years with quite a lot of inconsistency and retirements. He has the pace, undoubtedly, but he just needs to pull it together for a strong season. Well, here we have Aiden Carter. He also has a busy program. He's doing a WST program alongside this CART program with Team Rahal. And, you know, Carter, he is a busy man, but he's quite talented behind the wheel, so not a bad signing for Team Rahal. He's actually replacing the team boss, Bobby Rahal, who has retired at the end of '97 and has given the seat to Aiden Carter. And his teammate, Emmanuel Bappé, is fighting for the win here at the moment at lap 71, as we're now. And Bappé is up into P5, maybe up into P4 or 5 again, but look at the speed from Kaspar Klein. Look at that! He made up several positions there, but staying on the inside. And here we have a good battle as well for P9, 8 and 7. You see Samuels and Williams fighting it out side by side. Here comes Moya on the inside, make it 3 wide again. Oh, this is beautiful. Look at that, they're still 3 wide, but I think now Moya is losing the draft. And now look at Gabler. He's now in the mix. Well, same things happen in the front, but for more important things, for the win, for the maximum points, and for a good start in the championship. Now we have Kapatapi and Klein side by side. It would be ideal for Klein to start with a win as well. I mean, he is theoretically the championship leader because he scored the point for the pole position. So, I mean, he is the championship leader. But, you know, it's still early days. You know, it doesn't mean that much when you've got the first pole position, the first point, and you're the championship leader. The races matter. And not this one, all of them. So the drivers need to be alert to not waste their time thinking about race 1, but they need to think about all the races on the calendar. Being a good mix of ovals, on short ovals, on super speedways, on normal speedways. We've also got the mix of road courses and street courses, so it will be a tough year for the drivers. I think I saw someone there standing. At least was my observation, or maybe it was a flag. I'm not sure at the moment. As we move on with the race, as nothing has been waved. So I guess there is nothing to worry about. Now we have an interesting fight for the lead with Dres and Kapatapi. Both of them going side by side there. Well, at least respecting each other and not crashing each other out. So this is quite cool to see. This is something that our retired driver Johannes Miedis needs to learn maybe for next time when he's on the super speedway. We have a season finale Daytona, so by then he really needs to learn ovals or understand them and be much cleaner than before. Because if he causes a big one Daytona, oh boy, this is going to be a really big one. And I mean it. By the way, they have done some intense testing before the Daytona confirmation. And they've all said, well, we thought it was a bit more dangerous than that because of the high speeds, but it seems like it's safe enough for a race here at Daytona, and therefore they announced that Daytona will be going ahead at the end of the year. So let's hope for a clean race there and for some exciting action at Daytona. At a track where over racing with Indy cars or Champ cars, as we are calling them here, is really that common on this oval. So it's definitely interesting to see Daytona returning. Now we have an interesting battle here for P7. It's still going on very strongly, which is good for the fans, but it is definitely very confusing to look out for. But I mean, that's understandable. That's over racing. That's what we love here of this concept of over racing. That's what we need, and this is why we enjoy racing. We have here the battle at the back. I think it's for P13, so for no points. But yeah, the drivers, of course, races, they fight for everything, even for last place. They will fight hard to not finish last. So we will see some hard battles here. And we have the two Penske's, the only Lola chassis remain in this race. So Dustin Rocco and Robin Berda. They have the huge task of developing the Penske Lola, or the Lola in general. I mean, it will be used by Davis Racing as well. But they may not get all the upgrades in time. We see Danny Quinn in the pits. So he's going for the different strategy again. Let's see how this turns out. We have Drew and Schultz still in the race. And I think someone else is retired. I think that is the car that is that I think I saw in the between 3 and 4. Let's see who it is. So here's Quinn exiting the pit lane. It will be crucial for him now, because if he messes this up, then he could lose his chance at winning this race. So a good outlap is important, because I think now we're entering the pit stop phase again. And it's more important than ever to have a good pit stop. But look at that Mario Wolf there, now back in the lead. He's fighting hard, and so are the others. Look at that, that's great stuff there. Going free right again out the back straight. Here goes Kapatabi. Always looking for a small gap there. I think the latest retirement was Tommy McIntyre, as I don't see him on the timing screen. So I think he's out of the race as well, but nothing has happened. No caution, nothing. Whoa, I think we have to live with it, I guess. And that's another car down. Here we go, Stephen Sim in the Swift chassis, fighting against the others here for probably another point. At least in the moment it looks like a point, because Danny Quinn is pitted. But when are the others pitting? Here's Dustin Royko pitting. He was also one of the guys who pitted early. We have Julian Schultz isn't part of the leading cycle, so he will not be a part of the win today. Not due to his own fault. It was mostly because of damage caused by the loader of Johannes Melis, and that's that. So we're now in the second half of the race, since a few laps already. It's quite crazy how short this race is going. And so far it's actually quite exciting. Look at that. Brilliant racing there between Carter and Sonington for a singular point at the moment. I mean, it's still not fully done yet, because there are still some pit stops left to go. So maybe Danny Quinn's strategy could work out, but I think if these guys stay out for more laps, then it will be actually bad for Quinn, because he doesn't have the slipstream. Like the others, look at that! That's crazy racing. I think they're all pitting now because they're all glitching into each other. Oh, man, it's so immersion breaking, but it's so curious, and you know, it's good to see that they are pitting now, but glitching into each other, that's a bit off. But you know, that's just the game doing game things. Anyway, they are pitting now, and it's getting crucial now for Quinn. Where will he end up? Because now, as I said, he didn't have the slipstream, he just had the power of his Ford engine. As we see Metcalf and Norway Gaffa fighting for the theoretical lead on track. Here we have the others, Justin Peters, Aiden Carter. They all need to pit as well. Will they come in now? Not quite, but two people are. Those are Stephen Sim and Robin Burder. Both not with a shot of the win. Except for something spectacular happening, but I don't think so that this will be the case. Where's Quinn? There he is. Oh, look at that. Now they're exiting the pit lane. I think Quinn has done it. But let's see. Let's see. It still isn't over. Where are the others? I think they've already left. Yeah, I think he pitted too early. And because the others were out there gaining slipstream, he lost out big time. Oh dear, not a good strategy by Newman Haas. You have Milan Drees. Now passing the other guys pitting. Here we have Harry Williams. But he's dropped down as well. We don't have a replay of that, I think. It doesn't look like it. But I think something must have happened there, because he just suddenly dropped down the order. And we have now Newhouse in the lead, but of course he still needs to pit. Novigafa did, and he's now dropping down the order. As we have the top guys now in the lead with Emmanuel Pape, Andres, Cavatapi, Wolf, Klein, and so on and so on. But they are not partner leading. Also they are in the leading battle, but Novigafa isn't. Here we have Andy Graham pitting, the teammate of Kasper Klein, who's currently fighting for the win. The pole man, Kasper Klein, doing a respectable job out there. He's also a long-time open wheel racer in the Formula 1 paddock, and he's now moved on to Champ Car. After a long stint with backmarker teams in F1, he decided for the switch. But he will do some other commitments there in the open wheel scene. So whenever he has the chance, he might do some other stuff. Or even some touring cars, rallying. It's all up to grabs for Klein. So here we have the likes of Graham and Nierhaus leaving the pits. And where we have the others, here we have Peters and Carter. They're not actually passing Nierhaus and Graham, I think. Nope, they don't. They need to work their way up. And then they might be able to reach them. And here we have Drew Schultz actually leading the race for a little while. I mean, he had a bad luck of being taken off contention thanks to a load of Melis, but you know, he's still keeping it out there, clean. And now his teammate makes a short All-American Races 1-2. I mean, it doesn't hold on there for long because Schultz needs to pit, but this is still cool to see. Great job there over the winter by Dango and his team, and I think their hard work finally pays off. But now comes Cavatapi back at Milan, and he's taking the provisional lead. At least for now. Now we have Emmanuel Pape up at the provisional P2. I say provisional because Schultz still hasn't pitted yet. When he will do his pit stop, then we can say, yeah, okay, he's in first, he's in second, then he's in third. There's still quite a large gap from P6 on the track to P7. Because Danny Quinn, as I said, he really messed up his pit stop timing, and yep, it costed him dearly. A huge mistake there by Newman Haas, but it happens. It happens to every organization to make a brutal mistake, and it happened here. But now look at that, they're going 3 wide again into 3 and 4, but it looks like Pape has a better line and he will take the lead. The Frenchman Pape, who came from Formula 3000, having achieved some good success there. And yeah, has found a good seat there as well in the Champ Car scene. Not Formula 1 because there was no seat open for him. But Champ Car with the replacement of being the replacement of Brian Herter. Brian Herter, of course, being legendary name in racing as well. Father of Colton Herter. And you know, Brian, he was also part of the famous scene Laguna Seca, being called the pass, where Sonati made that legendary overtake from way back against Herter. And in today's terms, we would say track limits. So theoretically, this move would have been illegal. So, well, but it's legendary nonetheless. Here we have Schultz entering the pit lane, and that's him cleared. Alright, now it's time for track position. We're entering lap 99. We're close to 100. Then we have 25 laps to go until the bitter end here in Fontana. So far it has been a really great race there, to be honest. I hope you've enjoyed it so far as well. And I hope you can ignore my commentary mistakes here. This is my first time commentating on an oval race, and it is actually quite difficult. So with all the position changing, it's not that easy. So I think road courses should be easier. At least I hope so. And I have jinxed it. Look how close it is between Quinn and Moya. They nearly touched again. Look how close it was. So much respect there between these two. Boah. Oh, look at that. This is great stuff. They're also here in the midfield, fighting for points, for crucial points there. And look at Jamie Metcalf there in the Swift from Tasman. He's doing a good job there as well in P7. And he's keeping his nose clean on his debut. As for most drivers, because it is their debut, because no one has been carried over from the real lineup. So it is refreshing to see so many good performances today, and many surprising efforts as well. As I said, the Akira Wells outfit really doing well so far. And I think I saw 2 cars at the bottom line in the final corners. So we might be in for a caution, if I've seen it correctly. And yep, there's the caution. Oh, this is good for some drivers to catch up to the leading pack. This is good for them. So, another caution there late in the race. This should make the race even more interesting, if I'm honest. With a spectacular final few laps inside. So we have Emmanuel Bappé currently in on screen. With a beautiful livery here. I have to say, this is a good livery on this Reynard chassis. Look at that carnage. I think I saw, was it Norway Gaffer out? I think it was Norway Gaffer, and I'm also missing John Newhouse on the timing screen. So I guess those 2 drivers were involved in an accident. I hope we have a replay here of this scene. There it is. Just in time. You have Norway Gaffer being charged by Newhouse, and this, yep, they ran too close with each other and they've both collided. Oof. But luckily there was no big accident here. It was just losing the wheels and the rear ring. There was no big crash there like the one from Miles and Savinov. We've also heard that both Miles and Savinov are cleared from the medical center. They both seem to be fine. So good news here for those 2. Well then, I think it's time for one more break, for one more commercial break before the race restarts. And in the meantime, grab something to drink and something to eat, because this is going to be exciting stuff.
Hey, you Morty Briskin?
Who's asking?
Had a hard time finding this place.
Dear Mort, you have been accepted to Harvard University and awarded a scholarship. Congratulations on all your accomplishments. You must respond, however, by May 1978.
Better late than never.
Next time, be absolutely sure. Don't just send it FedEx.
See you in September.
Long after the fans and players have gone home, the 4 billion TV watchers have switched off, and all the others have taken their billboards down, one company will still be there, pushing to make a ball that goes even faster, boots that make players even more powerful. Because to us, each World Cup is a signpost, not a destination.
help capture the realism for Kart World Series, Argero Wells driver Max Pappas let us take his car out for a spin.
How's she feel? Feels pretty sweet. The sequential gearbox is amazing. I don't even have to get off the throttle to shift. Beautiful, you're doing great. I'm still getting a little push in turn 2.
We'll put one turn into the front wing.
Hey, I can see you guys now. Wave! Hello. This is smooth riding. I wish you'd had a cup holder. That would be nice.
PlayStation.
We're back here in Fontana, just in time for the restart of the race. Probably the final time, hopefully, with no more crashes coming up. Casper Klein, the leader, the pole man, is adjusting the speed and he's going for the green. And here we are for the final around 20 laps here in this race. And now it's more important than ever to stay within the leading group, to stay there, catch the slipstream, I should say, sorry about that, and to fight for the win, and to time it perfectly, because if you pass the leader too early, you're risking the lose of the race win. And we have Emmanuel Mbappé, who's chasing hard for the lead, and he does. Good move there by the Frenchman. We also see Harry Williams there, being lapped 3 times here, being bit down the order. And he's also theoretically in the mix. But, you know, I just can't explain why. Did he collide with someone? I think it could be a collision with Tommy McIntyre, probably. Because, you know, I think, yeah, you know, McIntyre retired and Williams just dropped back. So, those two might have collided. But anyway, let's look at the leading guys who can win this race. We also see Paul Meyer closing in on the leaders again. This is good to see after a pole second stint there for the Pac West crew. It is actually important to stay up there because, you know, as I said, gaining points early in the championship is vital for success. And I tipped the Pac West outfit to be quite successful this season, just as they were in '97. And now we have Kapatapi in the much favored Chip Ganassi outfit in the front. But now he's been passed by Mbappé on the outside. Or will he? No, he won't. He will, but Casper Klein is searching for the better line and he's taking the lead right now. And now we are back onto lap 110. And we're edging closer towards the finish. Moya is still struggling to come any closer towards Harry Williams there. So it really shows you how good Williams could have been without that unnecessary accident. I think with Tommy McIntyre, which costed Williams his shot at scoring big points. And of course McIntyre's race, because he's out the race and he's also been cleared by the medical center, by the way. So the only two left we need to analyze are Norway Gaffer and Newhouse. Ironically, both Canadians, so that's a funny combination, I guess. As we are approaching lap 112, and now things are getting really tight. As Andres, he nearly pushed Klein there. He really didn't want to attack him at the moment, so it looked really, really tight. So nearly bump drafting here in champ cars. That's a bit dangerous, I think. As further down the order we have Carter and Graham fighting for 7th and 8th. That's good to see after their first 2 stints that didn't really look that impressive. They were both struggling for pace and for luck. But now, it seems like they've struck gold and they could score some good points today for the respective teams. Even more important for Carter because he is, you know, he is replacing Bobby Rahal, and that's a big name. And it would be good to start with a point or with a few points in a hunt for the team's championship, which is vital for Team Rahal. They've got a strong package, they've got strong drivers, so they are definitely able to win for both championships, and it is definitely important to score points. And there we have Danny Quinn in P12-13. Oh, that's a really big shame for him because he was really driving well in the first stint. Even the second stint was good, but the pit stop, man, oh man, oh man, it really costed his entire race. So there will be some harsh words there afterwards, I can tell that. Look at that gap from P6 to P7 again. It's scary. So the top 6 are really strong here on ovals, it seems. So we have to keep an eye on D6 on oval races in general, I think. At least this would be my early season take. But, you know, it's just early season, so everything can change in the future. Maybe even a few backmarkers could surprise us with a good performance. We'll see. Oh, look at Bape, he's getting blocked by Klein there. At least a tiny bit, so Milan Reyes is back in the lead. And he's now chasing hard for his first victory on ovals. So does Bape, so does Klein, so does everyone else in the field. But only the top 6 has a realistic shot at it. So we're also seeing some further shuffle down the order there, with some good moves there in the back, I think. But we're mostly stuck in front there, but this isn't a bad thing, because it's exciting to watch. Look at that, they're once again going 3 wide here into 2. And it's Kafatapi who came out on top. Really looks like bump draft there when you look from that perspective. At least a tiny bit. But, I mean, doing that on a champ car is really stupid because you have a high chance of just taking the driver ahead of you off and it won't pay off. But Klein, now up at the lead. Gaining another lead lap. We're entering lap 120. 6 laps left in this race. We're edging closer and closer and closer to deciding last lap. And we've only got 6 drivers here who have a realistic shot at it. Oh, this is close. Look at Mario Wolf. He's making a big move there. Up into second he goes. This is vital for his chances. 5 laps to go. And look at Williams there, he's doing really well, but it doesn't bring him anything. He's lapped, he's last, which is a big shame for him because he's really doing well here at the moment. But so does everyone else here in front. 4 laps to go then. And we have Meyer Wolf in the lead. Behind him is Milan Reyes. And look at the left hand, and down the right hand side of the screen, we have the Ganassi of Kawatapi going on the inside, and he's gaining the lead. But will it be enough? No, it won't, because Wolf has good speed, but look at Moya there. He came out of nowhere and is now looking for the lead. But will it be enough? Not quite, because Kawatapi has got a good speed. Look at Bape on the inside line. 3 laps to go. Moya is up into first. The only one who's suffering a bit is Klein, but it's nothing you can't fix with some good slipstreaming. Now Kawatapi up in the front. Look at Bape, he's also making some progress on the inside line. He's looking for the lead. Side by side they go. 2 laps left to go. Oh, look at that. This is amazing. We've got 5 drivers so close together. And Klein really struggling to catch up to them. What he needs to do now, because we're close to the white flag. Here we got Kawatapi. He is taking the lead, but now Wolf is coming back on the inside. 1 more lap left to go. The white flag is out. That's the final lap of today's race. Who will it be? Wolf, Kawatapi, or even Moya on the inside? Moya's taking the lead, but will it be enough? Oh, look at the inside. Look at Kawatapi on the outside. Look at Wolf on the inside then. Look at Bape. 4 wide they go into 3. And Moya's losing out a bit. Bape is taking the lead. Wolf is up into second. But who will be third? Kawatapi or Moya? But Bape wins ahead of Wolf. And I think Kawatapi has scored third ahead of Moya. What a finish there. Good timing there by Bape to take the win in the crucial stages when it mattered. Good start there by Team Rahal. And a good start for number 8 car. Wow. What a good race here. What a good race. So it was a great season opener here for the 1998 Fedex CART Championship powered by X. But first, let's take a quick look at the end results here before we end off this video. So we have Emmanuel Bape in first, ahead of Mario Wolf, an impressive comeback from dead last on the grid. Then we have Kawatapi in third, Moya in fourth, Dres in fifth, a disappointing sixth for Pullman Kasper Klein, who has hope for more. Then we have Chad Samuels in seventh, ahead of Andy Graham, Jamie Metcalf and Aiden Carter, who has also collected the fastest lap point of this race. Splotter Kai Soddington is in P11 and Danny Quinn collects the final points of this race. By the way, Aiden Carter's fastest lap was a 30.197. What a lap that was from Aiden, good job. Then just outside the points we have Jason Gabler in 13th, then with Justin Peters in 14th, Stephen Sim, Robin Berder, Duncan Robinson, Dustin Rocco complete the last drivers in the lead lap. Then we have Julian Schultz in P19, 1 lap down, and Harry Williams in last and 20th, 3 laps down. Not classified are John Newhouse, Carsten Ovegafa, Tommy McIntyre, Danila Savinov, and the most impressive crash on the grid, Johannes Miles in dead last. So in terms of championship, in the Drivers' Championship, things are staying nearly the same. Only that Kasper Klein has got 1 more point, and same goes to Aiden Carter, equaling up with Jamie Metcalf, but from P13 onwards, no points. Well, that was it for today's race. I hope you've enjoyed that, and if you want to see more, then subscribe to this channel. And I hope I can release the second race as quick as possible, but yeah, just it will come, but it might take some time or it might not take some time, depends on how much motivation I've got to do this. So I guess we see this next time then. Have a good one.